and welcome to Fix Your Boat, the program that's about fixing a boat that is actually now going to be about fixing the boat, as opposed to a psychological journal of somebody who's trying to fix a boat but can't because he doesn't have the necessary resources and is sort of getting by in a foreign country on his wits. That's what it was before. Now we've started to fix the boat. The engine came out yesterday and it's in the workshop. The diagnosis is due today, so we'll go back there and see what they say about what actually needs to be done and order the parts. And that's a good thing. It's a brilliant thing. It feels really good. And so I'm going to do a little section on that, but this is obviously the captain's log, November the 30th, 2023. So yeah, the engine came out and it was very interesting to see that. I'm going to do a little video, as I said, to talk about that. I'm wearing this because my hair's a mess today, so I'm trying to get through my intended tasks for the day because, as I said, I'm more output focused. So we're going to go to the overview board in a moment and have a look at that and see how everything is shaping up. And then I'll be including some reportage footage of the engine removal and examination. And a dear friend did ask me in the comments, I had mentioned my spirituality, so I'm also going to talk about what I mean by spirituality. That's what I was asked. I'm interested, he said, to know what you mean by spirituality. And I used the word, so I must be prepared to define how I see that most important aspect of existence. So that's what we've got in store for today's episode. But first of all, we go to the risk assessment and overview board. Okay, so here we are on the the strategic overview, we should call it that. And really, we're still here. It hasn't moved since yesterday. So let's just run down the list. The methods or orientation. I have to orientate myself properly to what the most important thing is of the day. So today I have to go and discuss the engine and place orders for parts, I hope. Order focused. I'm trying to bring order to my life. That's what it is. I'm trying to generate order from my chaos. Impulse control. Clearly, that mostly, almost entirely relates to drinking, which is the risk of the beer pit. But also other impulses as well. I don't want to be smoking any ganja or doing any kratom or just wasting my time chasing ladies or anything, let's say that much. Learning focused, I have to learn more, and I'm doing little study sessions on whatever it is. Yesterday I was studying revarnishing and retouching up gel coat on a boat, so I'm learning and focusing on the output. So how much did I do in a day? Yesterday was satisfactory. Reduced introspection. Yeah, no need for all this introspection. Fascinating though it is. The risks, the beer pit, the physical indiscipline, interference from others and uninsured loss, and the risk mitigation, the don't drink the engine money. That's the most important one. I've sipped it a little bit, but I haven't got stuck into it. Get insurance quote. Yes, I need to do that. Yes, that remains important. Well, get insurance really, but quote is the first part. The objectives are number 1, spiritual development, and I'll be going into that in a moment because somebody asked me about it. Fixing the boat, and then building the heart fitness, which is why I run up the pier. Strength and mass, that's why I do the workout on the boat. The weights workout, learn Thai. Didn't manage to do that today, but that should be part of a normal morning's work. restore my income, obviously, and learn more formal guitar, jazz and blues. Yeah, I'm lining up some jazz work on enclosures and learning some standards. So there we go. And a template day is built around all of that. So there we go. Nothing changed there. We'll probably skip through this next time. I don't see this changing much over the next few days. But let's go on to let's go over here where it's a nice diagram. So somebody said, what's my spirituality? Well, here it is. I believe that there's good and I believe that there's evil. And I think we're seeing that play out. I've chosen the pyramid as the ancient symbol of striving and attainment towards the gods. I believe that we should be looking upward to our divine destiny to understand the holy celestial purpose of why we are on the earth, and that there is a God, and it expresses himself through the logos, through intelligence, through truth. I believe that we are in a shared consciousness. It appears like we're all individuals, but there's a lot of evidence that consciousness is shared, but we each have our own individual consciousness, obviously. And these major religions, Christianity, Buddhism, I've found those to be extremely useful. I was brought up with Christianity. I've come to live in a Buddhist country. I love both outlooks and takes on life, and I find their guidance to be tremendously effective in my own personal life as I strain to attain a better spiritual life. Mysticism as well, I think, is fundamental to the raw experience of the cosmos and your place on it, and wonder and awe and love of creation. Psychedelia, I think that mushrooms and mescaline and even LSD are extraordinary windows into another world, and they've been used that way for millions, hundreds of thousands of years, at least tens of thousands of years anyway. And we may have co-evolved our intelligence with the stimulation of mushrooms. That's something I'm interested in as a theory, and I'm looking into more, but I've heard it. I find the world that's opened up by psychedelic experience to be astonishing and beautiful, and it's very important, and it can be incorporated into your spiritual life, and it should be. Okay. From that, you get an emergent morality, because we are definitely moral beings because of this schism between good and evil. And you hopefully generate informed actions, prayer and worship. And worship can be anything, really. It's just living your life in a way which is thankful. I think worship and thankfulness and appreciation of the beauty of the world all helps in our shared consciousness to set us up to behave correctly. But when we are over here, we're generating pain, and we're living in lies, and we are dealing with evil and generating evil, which may feel good at the time. You are afflicting our shared consciousness with those base frequencies. And at the very top, we must strive for God and the Logos to try and understand our place in the universe. That's my spirituality. Super beings and aliens, yes, I'm not sure where they fit in, but I think there's a lot of evidence that they've been to the Earth. I heard yesterday that the word Foo Fighter, as in the band, the Foo Fighters with Dave Grohl, refers to a Second World War term that was used between World War II pilots, American and British, I believe, who saw inexplicable UFO activity, bright lights coming towards them and then rushing away at impossible speeds. And this is a continual phenomenon which aviators, it's not even abnormal for military or civil aviators to testify to that, and it's all collected in databases by the CIA. Extraordinary. So I think there's a lot of evidence with previous civilizations as well. We've got no idea how those pyramids were built. We couldn't do that nowadays. Move those hundreds of tons, each stone being hundreds of tons, and move them 500 kilometers at a rate where millions of them are used to build the pyramids. Be impossible. So that is what I mean by spirituality. And this is like an engine, like a spiritual engine, generating good. And this is like a spiritual. I can do one for that if you want me to. I'll tell you how I think this looks. How this whole thing works. If you want me to, let me know in the comments. But this is how the good side of it works, as far as I know. And I like this because you need something simple to work with. I feel it gives me all I need, and I feel I can make use of Christianity and Buddhism and mysticism, which is well enough for one lifetime. And Islam I haven't looked into. I will say I've been to Islamic countries and the people look very civilized and happy. I think there may be a clash of civilizations, unfortunately, unfolding. But I've got no problem with Islamic societies or people, except that I think that they're quite totalitarian, so I'm cautious of them. But I don't know enough about it, really. But we'll see. Let's proceed cautiously together. This side is about generating love, and love is the ultimate frequency on which the universe communicates happily. And this is about communicating pain and suffering. That's what evil, in my view, generates. So yeah, I'm a fairly schismatic, binary individual when it comes to good and evil. I stopped believing in good and evil, and then I've started believing in them again. And I believe that there may be beings that we do not know who are fighting battles through us, and we are moral engines. There you go, that's my spirituality. So let's get on to the next section, people. Thank you very much.
Bye. Good. Bỏ con. Muốn mà đi. Muốn đi. Đeo. Đeo con đi. Out.
So there it is, the basic lump of metal where all the explosions happen and all that power is generated. It's got to be all lovingly restored and made beautiful again. But it feels good to see it out there. I know it's a big job, but you know what? It came out very quickly. It's encouraging.
How many years?
2006. Sipjet B.
Really good, no? Really good.
Good. Yeah. And here we are in this kind of informal seaside shipyard, typical Thai operation really. I mean, just the bare necessities, but you know, very busy here, getting a lot of work done. and we'll see what sort of job they did. They did come with a good reputation, this crowd.